brandlive.co.za.
A very warm welcome to another episode of the CWSA show. Happy Monday. My name is Virtual and I will be on air with you from 11 to 11:30. Now, if you have been following the show in the past couple of months, you must know that we are fundamentally interested in the protection of children all over South Africa, and we highlight the numerous interventions put in place by the longest serving NGO in South Africa. Well, one of them, that is Child Welfare South Africa. Now, Child Welfare South Africa is an umbrella body representing about 164 child welfare affiliates, about 30 developing organizations, 25 outreach projects, and over 206 communities. Collectively, they reach about 2 million children, their families, as well as their caregivers, consisting of about 1,200 staff members and 3,500 volunteers. And with that being said, with so many people actually involved in the organization, it only makes sense that CWSA would be inculcated within the 16 Days of Activism campaign, which is currently rolling out in the country and in the rest of the world. Now, the 16 Days of Activism for No Violence Against Women and Children is an international awareness raising campaign, which takes place every year from November 25th, the International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women, to December the 10th, which is the International Human Rights Day. Now, for the 2017 campaign, Child Welfare South Africa is calling on individuals to sort of stand up and be counted among those that challenge the increasing rate of violence against women and children, paying particular attention to the protection of children everywhere. Now, through the campaign, CWSA is encouraging individuals to make a commitment towards the protection of children by supporting the work of the frontline practitioners that are protecting children. By supporting CWSA to continue the work, individuals are giving their mandate to CWSA to represent them where they cannot go. Now, there have been a number of programs that have rolled out since the beginning of 16 Days of Activism for No Violence Against Women and Children. And one of them is the Girl Child Program. Now, this is an initiative that improves the welfare and the right of the girl child, especially with regards to health, nutrition, and education. Now, the theme of the initiative for the period is hashtag All Girls Matter. And I think that's such a powerful campaign, because it not only just highlights that women, all girls matter, it also says we're giving specific attention to all girls in South Africa. And who is spearheading this amazing initiative? Well, you're going to find out a little bit more into the show. She will be joining us via telephone, and we'll be talking to her a little bit about a partnership. But Child Welfare South Africa, of course, as I said, is working to make a real difference in the lives of children, establishing the networks and partnerships that will, ensure the safeguarding of our children, that will make sure that our children feel loved, feel safe, feel protected, and on homes that are teaching them, the right values, and homes that are teaching them not to be violent and not to, receive or understand violence in any capacity, which I think is amazing. So not only do we have this one All Girls Matter campaign for the girl child, there has been quite a number of campaigns that have come out of CWSA for this duration. That is the hashtag I Protect Girls, hashtag Shine for Our Children, hashtag Stop This Crime, and hashtag Be the Warmth, as well as hashtag Have the Conversation, which I think has been pivotal in the fight against violence against women and children. With that being said, we also have the Boy Child Program, which focuses on motivating and encouraging boys to be champions of change in their communities and to really become, agents of positive impact. The theme of initiative is, again, as I said, I Protect Girls, and it is also spearheaded by the former rugby legend Stephen Blanche. We've also had the Child Protection Program, which is meant to increase the prevention of child abuse and neglect by strengthening community systems for the effective identification and management of cases. Now, the theme for the initiative is hashtag Shine for Our Children, and it will be led by the veteran actress Miss Natasha Sutherland and Miss Mary Ann Barlow. And lastly, there's quite a few of them, but I'm not going to mention all of them on the show. And as we go on into the weeks, we will unveil and unpack all these amazing initiatives and find out a little bit more about them and speak to those who are championing it. So we have the prevention of trafficking and sexual exploitation, which is also really important. And I said this again, child protection, which is also going to be amazing. Also Tokamala, which means to warm, provides a holistic solution to positively impact the lives of orphan children so that they can occupy a rightful space in society. There's quite a number of amazing initiatives that are coming up from CWSA that will be happening during the period of November 25th to December the 10th. And I really hope that you have identified yourself with the hashtag that means the most to you, the hashtag that you can contribute in whatever way, and hopefully you are donating and you are helping out where you can. Because remember, I feel like it's festive season, and it's a season to give. It's a season to be around family, around your nieces and your nephews, and you can only imagine the kids and the children and the girls who aren't able to have that correlation or have that sort of love or help from anywhere. So it would mean a lot if you could get a hold of Child Welfare South Africa. You can do so on childwelfaresouthafrica.org.za, and you can find out through what you can do through these campaigns, how you can get involved, what you can do to make a difference in the lives of children all over South Africa. But we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about our guest on the show. I'm going to speak about which campaign she'll be spearheading, and hopefully, well, not even hopefully, she'll be on the line to tell us a little bit more about herself as well as her partnership with CWSA.
You're listening to brandlive.co.za, an industry first in the world of internet radio. Not only are we an internet radio station, we are an internet radio platform for your brand. So why not expose your brand to potentially thousands of listeners and improve your customer relationships and brand equity with podcasts and live broadcasts? Be sure to check brandlive.co.za for more information. brandlive.co.za, harnessing the power of internet radio.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.bstownmedia.co.za.
You're back on CWSA today with myself, Aviwe Cholwana. And as I said before the break, today we'll be speaking to somebody who's very special to CWSA at the moment. And I think not even CWSA, the whole country, because she's doing something that I think deserves all the bells and all the whistles, because it really is reaching the communities that a lot of people are struggling to reach. And it is fundamentally about the girl child. And it makes sense then that she would partner with the Girl Child program that CWSA will be running for the next few days. Now, her name is Shamila Ramjawan. I'm sure you've heard her name somewhere, or at least about her product. She is a CEO of FamRam Solutions and FamRam Foundation, and the founder of the Princess D Menstrual Cup. Shamila has also published her first book in July 2013, which is called Marketing Tools and Strategies. Among all of that, she's also the founder of the Princess D Menstrual Cup, which is, I think, one of the most important parts of this partnership. Beyond all of that, she has been nominated for a number of awards, Emerging Entrepreneur category of South African Council for Businesswomen competition. She was also chosen as one of 50 women to receive a Woman of Worth Award, finalist in the Margaret Hirsch Business Achiever of the Year Awards. She has just been fighting for the dignity of children and girls everywhere in South Africa, and this partnership with CWSA is exactly what we're going to be talking about on the show today. And as I'm told, she is online. And good morning, Shamila.
Good morning. How are you?
I am very well. Thank you so much for joining us on CWSA today.
thank you for having me on the show.
Lovely. Before we get into the partnership with CWSA, I'd like to go know a little bit more about you. I know that you sort of are a media and marketing specialist and expert by profession. So it's quite interesting to find out how you actually started FamRam Solutions and this FamRam Foundation. What was your initial purpose?
I think having worked in corporate for a number of years and acquiring my MBA degree, I found with a degree like that, it's good to actually branch out into entrepreneurship. And, having said that, it was a huge challenge because starting a business and also a business where it's self-funded
Yes.
is huge risk, and I took those calculated risks. And basically, I started the company in 2014, and it was just all on my own.
Wow. And you've gone so far since then. What was the vision that got you so deeply involved in the preservation of dignity of children? I mean, if you're talking about the Princess D Cup, I know you're the founder. Just tell us a little bit more about how that transition happened.
Having worked in communities, I was director in my previous company, one of my previous companies. I was the director of the Corporate Social Investment Fund. And I worked directly with girls and boys. And I found there was a need to keep girls in school because we had a study math program, and I found that girls never used to attend school, during that time of the month.
Yes.
They actually missed between 5 to 7 days a month. Now there's a big hype with keeping girls in school and all the sanitary pad drives that people are having, which is wonderful because it's a solution. But I found that there was a need, and that's when I researched the menstrual cup, which I used for about 10 years.
Wow.
And I found, this was such an amazing product, but it was too expensive to bring it into South Africa. And, to bring the cup that I used to use into South Africa now would cost about 1,200 rand.
Wow.
And it's unaffordable for the girls out in the communities. So I researched the product, and I'm busy with my PhD on it now, women's health and menstruation matters.
Wow.
And I found, let me start something. There was a gap in the market. Let me start something. And that's when I came about with the Princess D menstrual cup.
Yes.
It's actually named after my daughter, Princess D. So her name is Daksha.
Yes.
And I took the product into the market last year. And yes,
Here
we're
we
in
are.
15 countries now.
That is amazing. Now, for those who don't really know much about the technicalities of the structure and the endurance of the Princess D Cup, can you share a little bit more information?
Okay, the Princess D menstrual cup is made from medical grade silicone. It's FDA approved. It lasts for 10 years, so it's reusable for 10 years.
Wow.
Once you start using the menstrual cup, you don't need any other sanitary products. So you don't need sanitary pads or tampons.
Wow.
It basically works with a tampon. You fold and you insert. It pops and it just collects your menstrual fluid. It's very hygienic because with sanitary pads and tampons, blood has to pass from your cervix through your vagina.
Yes.
With the cup, everything falls directly into the cup. So your vagina is basically dry during menstruation.
Wow.
And there's a lot of health benefits as well. We're currently in 45 pharmacies. It's available in 45 pharmacies in South Africa. And it's now being prescribed by doctors as well.
Wow, that's amazing. And you've partnered with Costa Semenya as well. How has that helped your growth in your business and maximize your reach?
Okay, just a little bit of history about how Costa and I met.
Definitely.
We met as I was nominated for Business Awards last year, and Costa was in the sports category. And Joan Maribeng, who is in charge of Women Career Work, of architects, she had a celebratory dinner with all the winners and nominees, and she said, please come with your business cards and just network. And because Costa was running in Rio at the Olympics where she won, she was at that dinner. And, she sat out at my table, and we just connected. There was just so much of synergy in the room, and we just connected immediately.
Yes.
And after that, I connected with Costa, and I asked her, what do you think of the product? She says, oh, this is such an amazing product. Is there a business opportunity? So, I'm proud to say that she actually asked me to come on board.
Yes.
But ever since, she's bought into the company now, so she's invested. We both are co-owners of FamRam Solutions, not just Princess D, it's the entire marketing company.
Wow.
And she came on board on the 19th of January this year. I was already in 12 countries, so from the time Costa had come on board, we acquired 3 more countries,
Wow.
and we are growing at a steady rate, I must say.
That's amazing. And now you're headlining the All Girls Matter campaign for CWSA. Now tell us a little bit about how that came about.
I actually worked, I'm still working with child welfare for Chipson, and that's where I started with child welfare.
Wow.
And I found that there is a need to actually go national. So I've been to Ugu district in Potchefstroom, and we did a handover with child welfare Potchefstroom.
Yes.
And that's where I met child welfare South Africa management, and I discussed it, and then we took it forward, and I found there is a need for us to do something, nationally. So basically, how it works is we drive the project, the Princess D, with keeping girls in school,
Yes.
and Custer and I would give a percentage of that into child welfare for them to actually put into other projects that they work with.
Oh, definitely. And what attracted you to the organization? Because of course they're working with children, and you're also working with children. So I understand that as a quite a fruitful partnership. But what attracted you in, this specific organization?
I think it's amazing work that they're doing, and it's just not for the girl child. It's spread across, including boys, and that's something that we mustn't forget. There are boys that exist as well. So, with the Princess we focus on the girl child, but I think, with the boys as well. So, and, Child Welfare Society, they actually doing a lot of amazing work, and they make a huge impact in the lives of girls and boys in communities.
Definitely. And looking at it now, 16 days of activism, what do you have to say about, getting children out of, any violent spaces, but more than that, also making sure that we preserve their dignity in a way that is safe for them?
I think it's important for us to actually now, organizations must come together and contribute towards this initiative and support child welfare in what they're doing, because I think if they have the monetary value put into the organization, they're going to make a bigger impact on the lives of the girls and the boys in communities. And, having said that, I think it's important for us to actually now contribute to the girl child, because if you look at what's going out, in the communities, for example, we get the girls that cannot afford their menstruation, and they look at blessers to actually support that, to buy them sanitary pads. And that's something that we need to actually alleviate, as people in society. We see that happening, and we need to stop that. And how are we going to stop that? The only way we can do that is collaborate and partner.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time, Shamila. It's been amazing, and I really do hope that the campaign is fruitful and successful.
Thank you so much. And, I urge everybody that's listening in, contribute towards this initiative. It's a small amount that you can contribute to child welfare on a monthly basis. It's not asking too much.
Yes.
That burger that you have, and feed other kids. Let them manage their menstruation, put money into school, whatever support that they would need, and the projects that Child Welfare is taking care of.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Shamila.
Thank you so much. And I just want to add as well, I've been nominated for a global award. So I'm going to Dubai next week.
What?
14th, and I'm doing the South African Women Proud. Yes. It's the Center for Economic and Leadership Development.
Yes.
I'm getting global award. I'm also going into the Hall of Fame with the top 100 most influential women in the world. And in January, I'm going to be in a double spread in the Amazon's Watch magazine.
That is amazing. Well done, and keep flying high, Shamila. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
No problem. That's Shamila Ramjawan, is the CEO of FamRam Solutions, as well as the FamRam Foundation, and the founder, or now the co-founder of, Princess D Menstrual Cup. And as she said, she is flying the flag high for all women everywhere in South Africa, not only championing for the CWSA today, but also for the rest of the world and just South Africa in general. And I have to say, I'm completely proud of her and proud of the work that she's doing. And it's just, I think, another reflection and another example of what can happen if you do good for other people. Good will come onto you. And that's why I think it's very important that when we do think of our festive contributions for this end of the year, we think about CWSA, we think about other children, we think about how we can get involved. And I promise you, it always comes back to you. When you do good, you get back some good. And I think that's exactly what's happening with Shamila. Her work has been fantastic in preserving the dignity of children, of girls. Her work has been fantastic in making sure that girls in rural areas and areas that are far to reach are protected from a hygienic perspective, because we all know that that time of the month can be very hectic and chaotic, and it has led a lot of children not to go to school, not to finish their high school diplomas, not to just be the best version of themselves. And I think if you can just eliminate this lack of resources when it comes to this specific time of the month, you're giving a girl more than just a day, where she feels hygienic. You're giving her respect, you're giving her dignity, you're giving her a chance to keep on keeping on. And Shamila is definitely a great example of that. Not only that, a champion of making sure that the girl child feels like she matters. The girl child feels as though she's counted in and she is included in the conversation, and she does not feel like she's she's disadvantaged because of anything that happens to her physically that isn't her fault, right? So that is the girl child program, which is going to be again championed by Shamila Ramjawan and the Princess D Menstrual Cup, as well as FamRam Solutions and FamRam Foundation. And if you want to get involved, please don't be afraid to go to childwelfaresa.org. Pledge some money, pledge a little bit of money every month. It really isn't a lot of money. And just send us a tweet or two with the hashtag All Girls Matter. Just let us know what you're doing with CWSA for the campaign, what you're doing for 16 days of activism. We want to know. We want to know what it is that you're going to be doing to support our girls, to support our boys, to support our children at CWSA. But that concludes my show for the day. It's been a really amazing show. I'm so happy for Shamila, and I really do hope that the Princess D Cup does go far and beyond, especially in spaces that need it the most. But more than that, the Girl Child program is underway, as are all the other programs, as well as all the other hashtags. So do not be afraid to send us an email, anything, just to let us know how you are going to be contributing to the programs this Christmas. And that concludes the show. I'll be back again, same time, same place, on Monday, only on CWSA Today.
You're listening to brandlive.co.za. Live from 27 boxes in the heart of Melville. This is brandlive.co.za. Harnessing the power of talk radio. brandlive.co.za. Guess who got brands talking? brandlive.co.za.